Okay, time for me to answer the questions that I got in my thread. Let's see, the first one. When did I last cry and why? Um, I tend to get very teary-eyed for certain Doctor Who scenes. When Rose leaves, when David Tennant regenerates. Other than that, the last time that I probably cried was when Dan Weldon died, and while watching his memorial on Webstream. To the next question, what did I experience while serving my country? Long hours, busy days. There were times I was traveling between several bases several times a week. Just sort of very busy all the time for the most part. Let's see, why did I choose a straight edge lifestyle, and how does it affect or has it affected my relationships? I've never smoked or done any type of illegal drugs. I used to drink, but in my current living situation I couldn't afford it, so it just got to the point where I wasn't missing it, I didn't need it, and so I gave it up. All of my friends respect my decision, and I usually don't get preachy about it unless I actually have to. Is your belly button an innie or an outie? I've got an innie. Let's see, why is Dumbledore a superior wizard to Gandalf? Because I think he was always aware that he wasn't going to be around, and even though it didn't play out exactly according to his plan, he was able to keep his plan intact even after he was no longer a part of the ongoing situations, I'll say. Let's see, if I was gonna have a devotion to a Greek or Norse god, which one would it be? Thor. Because I want a dog named Mjolnir, or however you pronounce Thor's hammer. I'm sure I butchered that. Let's see, what's the scariest dream that I've ever had? I really can't think of any particular dreams that are scary. However, for whatever reason, whenever I get like really sick, like really high fever, I just tend to get a bit delirious at night when I try to sleep, and that tends to fuck with me a bit. What's underneath my kilt? Nothing. Otherwise, it's a skirt. I'm wearing my kilt so I could show you, but I won't. Let's see, have I ever been paid to make videos for people? I have not, but it's not something that I'm opposed to doing. So what's the nicest thing that I've ever thought about a theist? Honestly, and a lot of people probably aren't going to like this answer, but wow, she's hot. And no, I'm not going to reveal who I thought that about. Let's see, what are my goals for the future? The main one is get promoted at work, which is coming, it's just a matter of when. I want to get my webcomic going, and it looks like if I'm lucky I'll be able to get that going at around the start of the year. And I also want to start a punk band. Let's see, when did my fascination with reptiles start and what caused it? I've always been an animal person in general, so I've never also been afraid of reptiles or anything like that, but I think that, I'd say the love for reptiles started when I got hired at Petco, because I started working with reptiles a whole lot more. See, what makes you the happiest and how often do I get to do it? This is actually one of the more difficult questions for me, because there's a lot of things that make me happy. If I have to pick one thing, it's being at the racetrack with my friends. Just, I've never had a bad day when I'm at a racetrack, especially a track like Indianapolis. So where's the most beautiful place you've seen with your own eyes? I've been to several. I can't really pick out one as the most beautiful, but I've always been at home in the mountains. I love the scenery of the mountains. There's just so much really that I just connect with the mountains really well. Um, let's see, who do I love most in the world? Um, in all honesty, it's my inner circle of friends. The friends that I consider to be my second family, because they do help me out when I need it most. And I'll say my biggest weakness is I tend not to ask for help when I really should. And what's my most famous or favorite Mein Kampf Romance song? All of their songs speak to me for different reasons, and because of that, I really can't pick one out. Several times their music has picked me up in general, and it hasn't really been just one song. If there's one song that speaks to me right now, I'd say it's Light Behind Your Eyes off of their Conventional Weapons releases, because it's just a song that sort of seems to say, you know, we're, as a band, not always going to be here, but we've always been there. And so it sort of helps me get over their breakup, I guess. If I could go anywhere in the world, where would I go? Two places. Le Mans, France, because I want to actually catch a 24 Hours of Le Mans live, and Nepal, because I've always loved Mount Everest and would love to get the chance to climb it. And if I could meet three people from history and have dinner with them, who would they be and why? Carl Sagan. He's just been really influential in science, especially with Cosmos and how true it still is to this day, so many years later. Neil deGrasse Tyson, just because of how fun he makes science again. And Ray Haroon, because I think it would be really cool to hear about how special it was to win the first Indy 500. Hope this encourages other people to make videos like this, and maybe I'll do it again in the future.